Come and get here from Mr. Internetjax. Thank you so much, Gino. So, I guess tonight we'll talk about some things that are tangentially related. I get one of the benefits of attempting to do military service without actually having to have ever done any of that. See, I tried to join the Army last year, went through all the paperwork, did all the stuff, got the pinky in the booty hole at the fucking Met station, and then finally, after sacrificing all that, they told me, well, the stuff that you thought you could get out of with the medical paperwork about being like legally crazy isn't gonna let you be in here. So, crazy enough to voluntarily join the United States Army, but too crazy on the books to actually do it. But the other thing that's really nice is that I get to have that like patriotic, like, I tried to join the Army, you know, I really did, but most unfortunately I didn't have to do anything.
Damn.
But yeah, so last year, well this year actually, I had my first like regular job in almost 10 years. I wanted to learn how to do like medical stuff. So I got a job driving the ambulance. And it was fun, but we had, I learned a lot about the medical system in America. I was like, why is healthcare so expensive? Well, I drove the ambulance in Los Angeles, California. And I found that probably about 95% of the calls that we would go on were a complete waste of time. Not even like, okay, so like maybe of those 5%, like 3% of them are like, we don't know what's wrong with us, we just want to have a, firefighter come. I understand that. But like most of the time, you fly out there, lights and sirens, multiple fire trucks, you get there, they're like, what's the emergency? It's like, I gotta go to my doctor's appointment and I don't have a car. And hospital ambulance rides are free, so thanks for coming to pick us up. Or my personal favorite are the multitude of homeless people that understand that if you come in, the secret word is chest pain, and all you gotta do late night, you're tired, it's cold out, you just, hey, I need a night to sleep, I want a free sandwich and a shower, just come in to the ER, I got chest pain. They fucking give you a snack, shower, a night's sleep, just like a hotel, and send you on your way the next day. But my personal favorite were the frequent flyers, as we called them. These would be people that, probably for the percentage of your calls, about 10% of them would just be the same people all the time. I forget what this kid's name was, but, due to HIP, I can't tell you anyway. But let's call him Fentanyl Freddy. Fentanyl Freddy, he was actually able-bodied when he was younger, but he did so much fentanyl and heroin that slowly he got put into a wheelchair. And since he wasn't really able to move or do anything, he would just kind of relieve himself in the wheelchair. He was actually like 25 or something, so, no sympathy from me. And so I picked up Fentanyl Freddy a number of times, and when we went to go grab him, we were like, oh, what's going on? Oh, chest pain, yeah, sure, buddy, whatever. Blood pressure's fine, respiration's fine, there's actually nothing wrong with him. And we'd be like, all right, well, who's gonna take him, And they're like, well, that's you guys. So we get Fentanyl Freddy, you gotta put the sour Skittles down and just, you call this is an emergency, so, let's get this show on the road. So he'd take his completely blackened Fetty poop hand and just kind of stuff that away. And so we'd pick him up in the wheelchair, bring him in, roll biohazard, take him to the hospital. They'd be like, oh, what's he in for this time? Chest pain. How'd you know? So yeah, I love working in healthcare. It was great. Don't do that anymore. Maybe if I quit smoking weed, I can get that job again, but, I learned enough in the 6 months of doing it that I don't, I can save people, but I don't need that job. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, now that I'm back in Maui, man, it's time to find a girlfriend. Back in my hometown. But for those of you that don't know, if you are looking for ladies, what is the best place to meet them at?
Farm market, yoga.
Farmer's market, good call. But it's actually the laundromat. Because if she has to go to the laundromat, you know that she doesn't have a boyfriend that can do the laundry for her. She doesn't have a reliable laundry system at her apartment. And she's stuck there for a while, and you know she's broke because she's at a public laundromat. And the best thing is a lot of times people, when they come to do their laundry, they bring their family. And a good way to tell the quality of the stock of the girl you're talking to is to look at the mata and the fata. And a lot of the fatas out here be the uncles with the big necks. Like our host here, strong, something that can survive a big wave and can help pull the plow and do all the farming that we do out here. But the way that you can tell that the strength and the amount of mana that your offspring will have is actually by examining the uncle's neck. See, the biggest uncles, I don't have it because I'm a skinny guy, but you're looking for at least 2 or 3 ridge lines minimum. A 5-star is that's like kahikili, like kinke kaulike kind strong. So, yeah, I'll, if you guys see me at the laundromat.
Internetjax, ladies and gentlemen. If you see him at
Very much, Gino. So yeah, very diverse crowd. Oh, geez. Very diverse crowd tonight, and that's great. I have a very diverse friend group of legal American immigrant friends and people of all different kinds of ethnicities, because I love all people, but I am also extremely xenophobic. So Arabs, Somalis, fucking Mexicans, love you guys, but if you're not legal, sorry, you gotta go. Especially Canadians, they're the worst by far. They're the most annoying because they look like, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, but they still hate on America. They're probably my least favorite minority in America. Would probably be the Canadians. No offense if there's any Canadians here, but as long as you're legal, that's cool. But yeah, so I spent the last couple years in LA, and I was watching the Super Bowl with my dad yesterday. It was rough. I had just been on a fucking all-night coke bender, made it to church in the morning. The best part about going to church on Sunday is if you're up on the bender from the night before, you don't have to wake up. But yeah, so survived long enough to get to the halftime show, and by far the worst halftime show I've ever seen. One, I don't know what the hell he was saying the whole damn time. 2, he's an American citizen, and he's repping all this stuff. They got gay dudes grinding on each other. It was great. But the great conservative American alternative is Kid Rock, who openly admits to lusting after underage women. So it's you got 2 ends of stupidity working against the middle, and then there's normal America who's this is all retarded. So yeah, I'm just a hater. I'm a great hater. I love hating on things. It's actually one of my favorite hobbies. I did my style of comedy in LA, and it didn't go so well over there. Just because I feel I can hate on everything out here, and you guys actually kind of get a kick out of it. But if I'm going to LA, I'm yeah, man, this shit sucks because everyone's fucking gay and Jewish. You get booed off the stage and blacklisted before you even get to try to make a name for yourself. Yeah, fuck you too. But it's okay. It's okay. I could really care less. This stuff makes me laugh when I'm writing it, so, you guys gotta listen to it. I'm from here. So, let's see. Last week I told some funny stories about people on the hospital, working the ambulance. Man, I did not have the countenance for that job. Because a lot of people are very in the medical field, they're empathetic and nice, and especially when you work these 24-hour shifts and you just get called for some BS, you get angry at people and their disease, and you're I got high blood pressure because I like never go anywhere or like exercise and I eat fucking Twinkies all day. It's like, well, have you tried not being a fat piece of shit and eating a fucking salad, you know? 99% of the medical problems could be solved with that, but nobody wants to do that. You know, where's the money in that? No, just take another pill, fucking call us next time you're about to die, and we'll wheel you over there until, you know, next time you call us. Like good old fentanyl Freddy from last time. 1 minute. Okie dokie. So, let's see, what else was pissing me off? Oh, yeah. We were talking about religion earlier. You know, I'm super religious too now. When I used to live here, I had extremely high standards for like the types of girls that I dated. Like, ideally, like 22 or younger, like 10 out of 10 in the appearance, virgin. But now it's got to be like Christian, because I'm a virgin too, actually. Since becoming a Christian, I'm a virgin now. I'm a born-again virgin, so all those, you know, horrible threesomes and all these bitches I bagged back in the day, it doesn't count. It's not a part of me. It's not your business. And yeah, I'm saving myself for marriage now. So ladies, don't get the wrong idea. It's not going to happen tonight. But yeah, it's been a good spiritual journey coming back to Maui, and yeah, I think that's been about a minute. Cool.
Mr. Internetjax.
Thank you, Gino. Since you guys loved my set so much last week, we're going to get even more political this time. Talking about some great ancient societies that really worked great. One of my favorites being the Native Hawaiians. They had a strong sense of national pride. They took care of each other and did everything that they could to promote social welfare. And so they're honorary National Socialists. Too bad they were letting all the immigrants in, and look what happened. Me. So yeah, presidents. People ask me, I was at the bar the other night and I was chatting up with some ladies. They're like, did you vote for Donald Trump or did you vote for Kamala? It's like, all right, you know, obviously it's a Jewish puppet show. So am I going to vote for Donald Jew Trump or baby killer Kamala? Obviously, you got to kiss the wall if you want to succeed in America. Material. Oh yeah, another one of the. I don't agree with all of his policies. Actually, most of them I don't, because I'm like middle of the road. Especially the one where he banned all the trannies from the military. Like, I mean, that's the worst possible thing you could do. One, they're incredibly mean, very violent, great at shooting people, and the number one enemy of is radical Islamic terrorism. Like, okay, let's go back to the greatest military force of all time, the Third Reich of Germany. What did they do? Blitzkrieg, right? Pumped them up full of meth, sent them in, and they moved through the Allied forces really quickly. Well, what better way to strike fear into the people that are throwing homosexuals off roofs than to send a bunch of dudes dressed up in dresses, pumped up, full of testosterone and drugs, to just gun them down willy-nilly. Not only is it fear of death, it's fear of what else could happen after that. Yeah, so go back to politics, since, you know, clearly, judging from the kind of reactions you guys, we're all on the same page. Back in the day, I was at the food stamp office getting my food stamp card renewed. And I was like, you know what? How can I get more money from the government and fellow taxpayers? I was like, you know what? I'm going to run for city council. So I went into the office and I was like, hey, I want to be a city council member for Haiku, because that's where I was living at the time. And they're like, well, do you have proof of address? It's like, I live in my car. And they're like, oh, okay, well, you have to live in a home in order to be a part of city council. Absolute fascism. But then I was like, well, what about being the governor? And they're like, well, no, you don't actually have to have proof of residency for that. So, yeah, maybe when I move back, I might be running for governor. I'll give you guys a little bit of my policy, just so you know who you're voting for. First things first, no more taxes. Okay? How are we going to do that? Just put a bunch of tariffs on all the other countries, say if you don't do it, we push the button, we blow you up. Also, we have to protect America from terrorism. What's the best way to do that? Israel travel ban. No more World War II, no more JFK assassination, no more Jeffrey Epstein. None of the problems. Oh yeah, and I don't know if you guys been paying attention to this. They recently found out that his Fortnite account was active within 48 hours of him allegedly killing himself, active in Tel Aviv, Israel. Interesting stuff. Didn't surprise me at all, and kind of makes me think. I think I got killed by Jeffrey Epstein when I was playing Fortnite one time. How embarrassing. Let's see. Well, looks like that bomb hat's gonna be coming to someone, probably not me. Let's see. Oh yeah, I used to be like really liberal until I like went around and lived in the world and saw how retarded people were. But you know, I'm not a total right wing nut job, very in the middle, and so I don't agree with what ICE is doing. Like they're all just focusing. They're just like, oh yeah, we're working really hard in Minnesota. Like this is not what you promised us. They're killing liberal people in the streets. What a tragedy. Have a nice night, guys.
And that's what happens when you give Brendan a microphone.
Alright guys, my talent is that I'm actually really, I do a lot of different things. I'm like really mediocre at everything I do. So there's a talent in that, I guess. No, actually my talent, my hidden talent, well it's not that hidden. You just talk to me for 5 minutes, you'll know that I'm one of the most intelligent people that you've ever met. Hence being an extremely religious right-wing nut job. And, of course, I get roasted by the Jewish girl that supports like DEI and making it difficult for white people, works as a therapist. Like, that's a job for your pastor, but, people are grifters. Everyone makes money in their own way, that's cool. But no, I'm not, I am white, Christian, conservative, but it doesn't make me a racist, actually. I am fully in support of reparations. I think what happened to the black people with the transatlantic slave trade was absolutely horrible. So we should totally make Israel pay for all that. The Holodomor, helping the Muslim conquest of Europe, poisoning the wells in the Black Plague, just stuff, things that happen. But no, actually, one of my other talents is that I'm a great leader. In fact, I told you guys last week about when I was at the food stamp office, I found out that you actually only have to have an address to be in city council, but not to be the mayor. So, might have a homeless mayor in the near future. But just so you guys know who you're voting for, I think that it is very difficult to be a woman in this world. And they're under an incredible amount of stress. There's so many things I have to worry about and think about, responsibilities. So, after mayor, of course, I can't get this done as a mayor, but as a president, the first thing I'm gonna do is repeal the 19th Amendment. Woo! For those of you, for those of you that don't know what the 19th Amendment is, it was the one where we allowed women to vote. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. The problem is they overwhelmingly vote for democratic policies. So, sorry. Thanks. But let's see what else. Oh yeah, I used to drive the ambulance. 911, EMT. Actually a really easy job. Most of the time you're just sitting around doing nothing. But I figured, since you guys are all tourists here, some of you probably sleep in your vans on the beach or whatever, and that's great. But a little travel hack, if you ever want to sleep in a bed and get a nice meal and a free shower, all you gotta do is just go to the ER and say, I got some chest pain. Tons of homeless people do this all the time. All the time. I'd say probably 90% of the calls that we go on is like,
When I was working the Palisades fire, volunteer firefighter, and there's a little robot voice that when you get a call, it says what the call details are. And so it would be like, fire here. But if it was realistic about what it was, 90% of the time it'd be like, sleeping bum. Everyone's got to get their clothes on as quickly as possible. 3 ambulances. Hey man, you can't sleep here. Okay. Let's see. We got a minute. There was something else. Oh yeah, you guys ever given a horse a carrot, right? They like you? You know how to make a horse really happy? You give them a cigarette. Yeah. Once I started doing that, it was so funny. There was this horse I was homies with at Giggle Hill, and the first time I gave him like a half a cig, before he would like kind of trot over to see me, and I gave him a stove, he would like run over from that point onward. That was a funny thing that happened. But yeah, life is good. Angry, religious nut job, and how can I improve that? Well, I'm doing Lent now too, so expect more vitriol in the near future for your comedy pleasure. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that.
Internetjax.
So I tried to shoot.
Pretty much what happens when you give the internet a microphone. That's the Reddit comment section. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your next comic is As If We Gave /Poll a Microphone. If you're a Redditor, if you're from the internet, this next comedian is definitely from there. Give it up for Internetjax.
That's crazy. /Poll, man, taking me back to when I was like 13. So yeah, my name's Internetjax, and I come from the internet and in real life. So the first topic tonight is traveling. That's right. So I used to drive the ambulance, and I found a really good travel hack. If you're ever in a city that you have never been to before, right? Backpacking, hop the train, however you got there. You want a night's sleep in a bed, but you don't got $10 for the hostel. All you gotta do is call the hospital. Say you got chest pain. You get a shower, you get a meal, and you get to sleep all night. Traveling's pretty fun. I love traveling. I sprained my ankle hopping a freight train one time. That was a really bad idea. It's a great way to travel for free, assuming you don't get caught by the railroad bulls. Or a railroad bull is someone that's like a security, for those of you that don't know. But yeah, it was bad. I had like way too much stuff on my back. This is not even a funny story. I don't even know why I started talking about that. Anyway, back to traveling that is humorous. I had a lot of money at one point, and a lot of people say, oh man, I would totally travel if I just had the time and the money. Well, I did have the money, and I have the time because I'm self-employed. But what did I spend my time doing? Drinking beer, smoking weed, and playing a bunch of video games in my RV. Way better. Because America's the greatest, most wealthy country on earth. I've traveled to the third world, Costa Rica. It's great, but there's animals that'll eat you. The beaches have fleas. And like, even the places that you pay to have a hotel at, there's no hot water. Why would I, what else is new? Like, everyone else, they all speak some other language. Like, I don't really want to learn Spanish other than to find out how I'm going to the next city. They all hop the border to come to our country to build houses. So, traveling, it's cool, right? No, I'd rather sit at home and play video games. I get to travel to virtual worlds. I get to go to KFC instead of spending food stamps for once in my life. And
Get to wake up and do the next thing the next day. Yes, okay, I've been working really hard for the past couple years, all right? I moved to LA, I did some acting, did some firefighting, drive the ambulance, and as a born-again Christian, injecting spirituality and religion into every single conversation that I possibly can that isn't transactional, meaning they have to buy something from me. So yeah, I need a break. I just want to play some video games for an extended period of time. Sue me, okay? Whatever. Yeah, people out here tell me, okay, you should be a little more empathetic. You should not be so judgmental towards everyone. And I agree with that. And with the state of affairs in the world, you know, brink of World War III, I totally am empathetic, right? It's two religions and nations that are totally wrong, fighting and killing each other. But I empathize with that, right? Like Jewish people, right? Following the Torah and thinking that your race and religion is superior to everyone else on the world. All right, I can dig that. Usury, genociding your neighbors, thinking everyone else just deserves to die, kind of sucks, all right? You know, no one's perfect. Same with the Muslims, you know, throwing all the gay people off a cliff. All right. Not letting the women dress like whores. Okay, I can dig that. Child marriage, blowing yourself up, you know. So I understand both sides. I'm a very kind-hearted, empathetic person. Or at least I try to be. Yeah. Oh yeah. You guys hate me. I know. It's always the bomb hat. It's always the bomb hat for me. Okay, like, you know, the average person is 100 IQ. I don't expect you guys to get it. That's why you're all liberals. But yeah. So wrap it up. All right. Let's see. There was one other thing I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, it's tough, man. It's really tough being here. Like, Satan is constantly battling me, throwing, you know, bomb hat people and putting all these naked women like in my bed all the time, trying to fucking steal my virginity and blessings. It's not easy. Yes. Dude, shut up. I got like 30 seconds left. You just talk about your liberal bullshit. Okay? Give me my 30 seconds. So yeah. Okay, alright. Yes, it is virginity. It's like, it's tofurkey, you know? It tastes like the real thing, but it's not the real thing. Born again. Aloha.
Talk about a suicide bomb, am I right?